Welcome to the ZOTAC number 257 finals. That's right. We're going to be watching the finals for ZOTAC number 257 between Reprisal, spawning as the pink human in the top left or top right, versus Lucifer, spawning as the blue undead in the bottom right. I get those mixed up sometimes. But anyway, so we are going to be watching a great set of games, the final series between number 257 for ZOTAC, whatever that means. And it's going to be awesome. So here we do see Reprisal is going with the Archmage, getting the barracks up in the farm. Pretty standard human build right here. We have Lucifer doing a pretty standard Ted Fiends on this map. This is the ideal position for Lucifer to be in because, again, when this is crept, which is a standard creep for the human, this is the fastest one Lucifer can get to out of any position. You always want, as the undead, you always want the human to spawn to the direct right of you on this map, and that's the ideal. However, humans have gotten pretty good at creeping this. As you can see, you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 militia coming in with this water elemental. A footman on the way as well. He's going to be able to creep this very, very quickly, and in fact, he'll be able to creep this pretty much, as you can see, he's already started to creep, and the Death Knight is still not out yet. So, yeah, this is going to be very fast to creep. This will be a very, very fast creep. And Lucifer won't be able to get over here in time to actually do anything. But he might be able to pick off a militia or something as it runs back up to the base. Depending on how that pans out, we will see. And we do actually, I don't know if you noticed, but Lucifer did go ahead and get research back. It'll be done here in just a second. Or it might have already finished, I'm not sure. But as you can see, this is what I meant. He'll be able to catch these guys as they run away. And there's one peasant down. He's definitely going to get that one as well. He's going to be able to summon some skeletons. And we can see another peasant almost dead, being blocked slightly by these other ones, by the other two peasants. A third peasant is going to die right there. So this is very good for Lucifer, a very good start. Every one of those peasants is a big deal. There's one right there that's in militia form. It's very low. It only needs, I believe, one, maybe two hits from the skeletons. It is denied by the Archmage, so Reprisal denied Lucifer getting any experience from it, which is good because it's 25 experience for each one of these peasants that die. However, more importantly than the experience is the fact that Reprisal has to remake them because they are 75 gold. They take time, and that is part of his wood income. He needs the wood income so that he can tech or expo, whatever he chooses to do. We can look over here into Lucifer's base really quickly just for a second and notice that he is teching to tier 2. He's on his way. The Death Knight is taking some damage on the battlefield. A little bit of harass. We have some footmen that are just going to chase him. If Lucifer is probably going to stop right here at this sheep, probably going to make some skeletons, and once those skeletons come up, he's probably going to try to kill one of these footmen, or he might come over here and harass this creep. We'll see what happens. He's decided probably to go ahead and try to harass the creep instead, and we're going to check right back on the base just a second. We can see that the Noob Tower is up. We can check that the fiends, first fiend is on its way as well as another Ziggurat. We do see a water elemental being very low. The water elemental goes down. Unfortunately, Lucifer did not get the last hit on it, so he did not get experience. The creeps finished it off. Normally, you would see the Death Knight going ahead and coiling it. We can see that the one skeleton is chasing the Archmage, who just picked up a pair of boots of speed, and several footmen on the field. Or yeah, we see 6 footmen on the field. If we look over here at the human's base, we can see a bunch of militia. 1, 2, 3, 5 militia running towards a place to help creep out something. And we can check that there are 5 peasants on wood, and more peasants are on the way. The skeleton is harassing up in there in the human base on the wood line. However, two of the wood peasants have decided to militia to fight off the skeleton. We can see that this is being crept. This is the natural expansion, or not the natural expansion, but it's very close by expansion for the human player. He's going to go ahead and try to creep it out. Lucifer going in for the coil to steal on the Ogre Magi, and he's going to get it. If he can pick that item up, whoever gets it is going to be in a very good spot. That is an amazingly good item. It gives you a bunch of mana, and we can see that, 150 mana, and the Archmage picked it up. Lucifer unable to steal the item. He has still stolen both of the Ogre Magi and one of the Ogre Warrior creeps right there. You can see another Ogre Warrior right there. 2 Forestro Trappers, both of them have died, and so far, Reprisal just fighting this off as best as he can. Lucifer doing quite a bit of damage to this push, to this creeping, very, very big creep jack right there. Several of the, you can see it's down to 3 peasants from 5, and from, I believe there were 6, maybe 7 footmen at that point as it started, and we can see there's 4, 5, 6 footmen. So a lot of good micro there by Reprisal, keeping things alive. Just unfortunately losing 2 of those really big experience bits to the death coils. However, not a huge deal. He is level 3. Lucifer is over level 2 on his Death Knight without creeping. So he's going to go ahead and creep. Probably try to get level 5 on, or level 3 on his Death Knight. As you can see, he is tier 2, waiting for his Lich. If this is anything like the other Lucifer versus human games we saw, where he's going to prefer a big kind of fiend push at tier 2 with some wagons to try to take down this Expo. He certainly has done a good enough job to delay it, so this is one of the better games we've seen him be able to delay. If we look back to the human base really quickly, we can see that he is putting up a lumber mill, so he's going to be able to have guard towers fairly soon. We do see that he is level 3, and he went ahead and finished off this creep camp that was basically just the item left. So that's a pretty easy camp for the human to creep out once the 2 purging gnolls are dead, which that is what happened, because then you can just use your water elemental to tank very quickly and very easily. It looks like Reprisal is going around the side, and he's going to go ahead and tank these, and he can't start the creep with his water elemental, otherwise they'll get purged, which will do a massive amount of damage to the summoned unit. So he started with his Archmage, and therefore his footman ended up taking the purges instead of the water elemental. Good micro, and we do see that's what happens if it does take even just one purge, loses almost all of its life. Lucifer coming up here into the Expo to attack it, and the Arcane Vault's not up. It is not quite up. It's very close. We do see only one Arcane Tower, and has no Masonry upgrades. Only one Peasant nearby, so it's going to probably go down because it's going to drop very, very fast, as you can see it, forcing Reprisal to TP in with his Archmage and Footman army. So not going to be able to see any harass really come out of this from Reprisal. Again, immediately we see that the Archmage takes a Coil Nova and drops him down to 320 life. That's very, very low life. Able to hold off the killing of the Arcane Tower, so that's good. And we do see a Peasant, a Militia running back to the base away from this fight. The Arcane Tower taking focus yet again, and we do see 2 more towers coming up from Reprisal. However, I'm not sure they're going to be able to finish. And well, I'm sure they'll finish Scout Tower, but I'm not too sure that they will finish upgrading into Guard Towers or whatever. Definitely something you need to do as a human, though, because you need to spread out the amount of targets that the undead has to focus fire. And as you can see, this is with 4 fiends and 2 heroes, the undead is undoubtedly at the combat advantage right here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The footmen are just dropping like flies right here. There's not a lot that Reprisal can do to keep them alive if they're fighting. There's so many fiends right here on this battlefield, and he just needs to buy time for these towers to go up, and in order to bring out something. He's not quite tier 2 yet either on his tech. As you can see, the tower is taking focus fire. They drop very, very quickly as they are upgrading. Take so much damage. You do see a Shredder actually being used as a combat unit right here. After it takes some focus fire, it immediately starts to retreat. It's a good plan. You don't want to lose that. It's very expensive, and you need the wood as the human. One of the Crypt Fiends almost going down. However, there is a coil on it. That's good to force defensive coils, because actually we see that also the Archmage, or that the Lich has went ahead and picked up crossed armor at level 2, which is going to help with defending all of these militia coming in. And it's going to, as you can see, it slows the militia, and it gives the Crypt Fiend more armor, and the armor is very good. It gives you 3 armor, which is quite a bit. And we just see basically the militia getting picked off. Lucifer being very controlling, very demanding, and very calm in this fight, as you can see, doing quite nicely. He doesn't have any skeleton rods just yet. He can bring some, as you know, if he brings another fiend or something. We tech here really quickly. He's almost tier 3, so he's not actually doing a tier 2 push. He's done such a good job at basically keeping this expansion pretty much locked down. And I guess he doesn't feel he needs to bring in wagons. There's not any towers here, so there's really nothing keeping him from just attacking things with his army. And so that's good, because you don't really want to have to make the wagons if you can avoid it, because the wagons, they're not very strong in combat against most units. They're pretty good against unarmored, such as casters, but at tier 3 you can deal with casters in a much better way using destroyers. And so this is really, really good position for Lucifer. I'm not sure Reprisal is going to be able to keep this expansion up against this attack. It's quite an onslaught, actually. We do see the Archmage using a Clarity Potion, attacking the Obsidian statue, and Lucifer goes ahead and cancels the Clarity Potion. And after that, he starts attacking the Water Elemental. 2 statues up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 fiends. Archmage taking immediately a lot of focus fire as soon as that Coil Nova comes on, and everything's switching to him. He's down to 436 life. He does have Boots of Speed, so he's not in a terrible position. He can run away if he needs to, but he does need to do something to help prevent this the slaughter of everything he has over here, or he's going to have to go expo somewhere else, or he's going to have to do something. As you can see, doing what he can, but there's so many fiends right here. And as you can see, that the orb is now on the Lich, as well as a Rod of Necromancy brought to the Lich by one of the Fiends using the backpack upgrade. Very important upgrade. This is the last tower. The last tower is going down. We do see a Mountain King is in play here. The pass the boots off of the Archmage onto the Mountain King, and the Archmage goes down, and GG is called. So that's game 1. We have more games to play, or to watch. So we'll see him, and we'll get right into game 2.